Welcome to Tactical Cash Flow Mastery, the podcast where we decode strategies to boost cash flow and build lasting wealth, to crush inflation and get ahead of the game. I'm your host, Babu, and I'll be interviewing other business owners who are in the trenches, sharing their insights, challenges, and proven tactics to maximize cash flow and to turn it into true, lasting financial freedom. Let's get tactical. Thanks a lot for joining us, Greg. If you wouldn't mind, would you mind giving us a quick overview of your business?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me on here. We've been in business for about 8 years. We're in the local Hamilton area to all the way up to Niagara Falls and going out to Burlington, Brantford, Oakville, covering the Hamilton surrounding areas. We offer plumbing and heating services for service, construction, industrial. We have a great team, about 25 plumbers and HVAC techs on the road. And we're available 24/7 for everybody that needs us out there.
So just to start off the questions, the first one that actually I like to ask my guests is, what inspired you to start your business and what was going on in your life?
Yes, perfect. Thanks again for having me on here. What started when I decided to have a business was actually I was in Alberta and my furnace actually went on Christmas Day. And I called around everywhere trying to get someone to fix my furnace. And everybody was kind of telling me, we can't make it out there. Or even somebody told me it'd be $1,000 actually just to come to the door on Christmas Day with no guarantee they could fix the actual problem. So I kind of realized it was alarming and no one should be in this kind of scenario. So at that point, I got accepted. The guy came out that fixed the furnace. And while he was there, I was kind of just watching. And I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting in, back into the trades. I was actually originally trade before I joined the military. And then I said, I wouldn't mind getting back into this and not having this happen again. So he actually offered me a job. My contract was ending where I was working. So I was just waiting that out. And then once I was finished with the military, I went and decided to join him and start learning HVAC and plumbing. And then I continued it. So decided to do this because I wanted this to not have to be in that kind of scenario again, and also to help others not be in that scenario.
Nice. It's some of the best business owners that I've actually had a chance to meet and interview. I've noticed all came through that same path of having gone through the frustration themselves and knowing that there is a better way and wanting to take out. Did you have a transition phase where you were juggling a job and your business, and how did you manage it?
Yeah, so basically through my full apprenticeship, once I started getting the grasp of basic plumbing and HVAC, I started doing my own work and juggling that work in my own stuff after hours, evenings, and weekends. And I continued that throughout my apprenticeship. And once I fully got licensed and certified and ticketed and passed my exams and everything, I then moved to Ontario and decided to not juggle two things. Yeah.
And you know what? That's kind of the path that you have to go down, right? And a lot of times,
exactly. And there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of learning. So it helped me to be able to figure out on my own and take the learning into more depth, other than just working under somebody every day. Then so it helped me to get more experience into it.
Okay, nice. So was there a defining moment when you realized that this is what I meant to do?
Yes, definitely. So once I started running my company for a bit, I was doing all the work, all the invoicing, all the emailing, all the quoting, everything kind of on my own. So I started hiring and slowly bringing guys on. And just with that experience, I kind of realized this is kind of what I want to do with being able to train people, teach people, expand the trade, just for how minimal amount of people there is in the trade, and just how great it felt day by day, helping people actually and having control of being able to help people and not being able to. A lot of times when I was working for other companies, there's a lot of times when I seen that people could use the help, but just being the employee, I was not able to offer that help. So I often had to just kind of do what I was asked to do at the time. So now once I seen that day to day, then it was going in the right direction. I realized this is definitely what I want to do.
Yeah. So starting a business often requires a trade-off. And what kind of sacrifices did you make early on that people might not notice today?
A lot. Definitely a lot of sacrifice on time. I was working every day, every night. As soon as I woke up at usually starting 3:30, 4 a.m., working till 10, 11, just getting a couple hours sleep and getting back at it because you had to do every step. So time was completely sacrificed. Financial sacrifice, definitely, because I was not able to, for a long time, make any wage. So I was basically spending my savings just to buy the tools needed, just to be able to cover jobs to completion, being able to cover everything that I needed. So a lot of financial toll was taken for sure and sacrifice. And then also at the time I was actually trying to buy a home, and that was a massive sacrifice. I went to multiple mortgage brokers, and every single one kind of just, some even laughed and said there's no chance to get a mortgage with just launching a new business, having no credentials or any finance proven that you would be able to cover it. So I was actually turned down by a lot over and over and over. So I sacrificed even that option for a long time until I actually found a mortgage broker that actually was able to realize there is ways to do that, which is something I learned, that definitely finding the right people is important for that kind of stuff. But I sacrificed that would definitely be another massive sacrifice. So it's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of pretty much everything you've got, let alone especially family time, everything, and even just fun, extracurricular. Pretty much everything was just work.
And that's a tough part of business ownership. But hey, once you get through that tough part, it gets a lot better. And obviously, in the position that you're at right now, you've kind of paid your dues to get to where you are. And just from the side of the mortgage broker, it's kind of like you know how lawyers have their specialties, doctors have their specialties. Even in mortgage brokering space, there's a lot of people who don't want to be seen as not knowing all the information, right? They want to try to keep that expert level, facade in front of clients. So there's very special niches in terms of focusing on first-time home buyers in the A space, on business for self individuals in the B space, private space for different kinds of mortgages. So there's different areas, right, in commercial. So, and a lot of them have different styles of underwriting as well, and a lot of people don't have the support or the internal underwriter to be able to kind of walk them through those steps.
Exactly.
So, Greg, what key learning, mentorship, or training helped you push through the tough parts and stay committed to your business and the growth of your business?
Definitely a lot. So as I was saying kind of briefly there, so I did 5 years in the military, so disarming explosives. In that training, it definitely taught me how to handle stress and to push through tough elements. And also it taught me a lot of organization and just everything like that. It really prioritize things, and it taught me a lot to do things in proper sequences and how to run things. Then also a lot of my training too was just the companies I worked for, how they were ran. I've seen different scenarios and how they were doing things. And also just my training in the trade was very important. I took it very serious and also went above and beyond and allowed myself to learn all different aspects of the trade.
First off, thanks for your service. I have the utmost respect and regard for anyone who's given that level of sacrifice. And I hear a lot of post-military stories too, where it kind of goes both ways. So I'm glad to see you kind of took all those skills, right, from different avenues of your life and create a really, really positive future for yourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
What core values guide the way you serve your clients, and why are those values so important to you?
Yes, so like I was saying, we just started doing actually EOS as a program to help us focus on core values. It's actually something we're taking in very seriously, and with our core values, it allows us to bring in the right guys, the right team to actually push out our core values. And our core values are definitely just being on time, being honest, having integrity to what we do. A lot of the times, a lot of trades and companies out there, maybe not the most honest, they're also trying to take from customers. There's a lot of opportunities for them. We try always never to do that. We make it clear not to do that by being honest with the customer up front and showing them kind of everything that's going on and going through every detail with them. So that'd be our main core values for sure. And we hire with those core values and push those core values daily for every job and every aspect we do out there.
Honestly, and that's something that a lot of clients will appreciate, the
Mhm.
transparency. Yeah, just the fact that like you're kind of managing expectations and like communication, honestly, it goes um way beyond just the actual service.
Yeah, right away the customers call. They tell us how great the guy was. It's just a better vibe for everybody, and everybody. It just makes a better day for everybody. Everything goes smoother. There's no issues there. It's just better solution for everything. So yeah, it's just pushing those core values on everybody we bring in, and we go over them often. It just helps a lot.
Yeah, for that consistency, right? Nice. So, do you offer any kind of guarantee, reassurance that usually helps clients feel comfortable when they're working with you?
Yes, so we get this often customers always calling in asking kind of what our guarantee is. We will guarantee past the warranty of what the product is just on our workmanship. We will, no matter what, even if it was years later, if we had done something wrong, I would fix it at no charge to the end. If we are at fault or did something wrong, we always back it for sure. And then we also guarantee the warranty of what the product is offered. So it's a lot of manufacturers offer 1 year, 12 year, depends on what the product is and what they offer. But we will, like I said, workmanship, I'll stand by till the end. Even if it's me personally having to come and solve it or fix it or install it, I will personally make sure that happens. So every customer feels, comfortable with their choice with us.
And I think that's sometimes that's just what the clients need to know, right? That
Definitely.
they have reassurance that, you know what, if something does decide just goes wrong, at least you guys are there to help them out. You're not just gonna be like, oh, I don't know, it's the product, right? So, because we've all had something in some industry happen in that way. Is there a um, is there typically a wait list to work with you, and how many clients can you work with at one time?
So we do have a large company, pretty large team. We have about 25 plumbers and HVAC techs on the road. So for projects, we're usually booking out about 2 weeks minimum. Sometimes longer, depends on the size of the project and what needs to be taken on. For service, we try to jump on next day or same day for all of our service clients that are looking for help quickly. Because often it's a backed up drain or a burst pipe can't wait, and we're there for those people. So we do rush out right away. Try to do same day for that kind of service, but projects would be the wait time.
And what are some common mistakes that people make when choosing someone in your field, and how can they avoid them?
Definitely always check if the person's certified. There's even on for Ontario, the College of Trades website. Actually, you can search someone's name, and it actually tells you if they have a certification to be doing that, and it tells you the if it's expired even or even active. Saying we should be looking when they arrive. Just ask for the ticket. Do they have their plumbing or gas ticket? Are they allowed to be doing the work? A lot of people have. I see a lot of work done where it's not even marked or tagged because the person doing it wasn't certified. When completion of gas work too, they should be leaving a tag on your appliance or your equipment saying their gas number, their certificate number, and they're now taking on responsibility for all previous gas work in your home. So now you should have that comfort of knowing everything in your home is safe to standard because they are legally obligated to check that over and take on the responsibility for it. So I would definitely make sure the person in your home is certified and capable of doing what they're doing. And I would also call around, definitely get references, people you may know, and say how if they have past experiences from these people. Because we see it often where we see very, very bad work taking place, and we're now trying to rectify those problems, and they're in a lot worse scenario. We've seen extremes of homes completed with no plumbing in the walls. It's alarming. So definitely check as much as you can and do your research, especially with Google now. I would definitely recommend just Googling and researching and checking all elements to that company or person.
Yeah, there's no excuse not to do that nowadays, right? Because the
Definitely.
information is there. You just gotta put in a little bit of legwork to make sure you cover your bases. But honestly, having an expert like you just walk you through the points at which you can check, or like how to check, even through the trade website, like looking for a specific, plumbing ticket or tag or certificate or something like that. It kind of at least helps clients focus on, hey, you know what, this is what I should be looking for. Definitely, that's something that I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate, that kind of transparency and to kind of put that information out there a little more openly.
Exactly.
So how has owning a business changed your relationship with money, cash flow, or building wealth in general?
Yes, it's allowed me to see all different routes and aspects to go. Allowed me to meet a lot of people that are in the same mindset and trying to do that. It's allowed me to invest in a lot of opportunities. I've invested in a lot of real estate, commercial and residential. I've even tried the Bitcoin for a bit and every kind of investment stocks and stuff like that I've done. It allowed me time to be able to research that stuff and then look into it more and see the value of pushing full into something that you want to invest in and also how to meet with the right people. Like, and then I have accounting team, so the accounting team can advise me on the right solutions and where to move things. Even before I never even knew what a holdco was, and now having holdcos and allowing those to invest and doing everything with that aspect is allowed all my experiences to be able to flourish and grow and learn more with that.
Nice. And Would you mind walking us through your current cash flow strategy or your just structure strategy?
Yeah, definitely just taking the right amount of balances two things, investing the right amount for what it kind of needs to build that, getting different accounts set up with that, and just watching it, checking on it, knowing how to know what to invest in and check into, and looking into it as deep as I can, and just seeing what wins, what loses, and what did work and didn't work, and learning pretty much from firsthand experience.
Yeah, and you know what? It's as much as you say first-hand experience, you do have a team that you lean on, right? With their expertise, their input as well. And that's one thing that I've learned with business. It's just leaning on the right people can really shift your business big time.
It's the helpful opinion that they've, from their experience more in their field is a lot of help because I'm new to all these kind of fields and I'm learning them. But I also realized that a lot of businesses and everything is closely related in some way. Sorry, but touch base with that too. Yeah, so I had to set up different accounts and then move things around and had to confirm balances and made sure that it's going to be enough to cover what the intention of it was. Again, doing more research and looking into it as much as I can to what that aspect is going to need to launch what I'm trying to go for. If it happened to be buying a new property, or I had to make sure that we were going to meet the return and also the account would have the enough to do the purchase and everything that was going to need to continue it. So I've had to move cash flow and everything around to meet the needs of what I was going to invest in, which takes a lot more behind the scenes learning to figure out what you're trying to go for and what you're doing with it. So for cash flow, I've had to move around what I need to do and where I need to do it, even in taking loans or investments as I built. And then again, pulling from my own savings to start.
For sure, yeah. And running the numbers, exactly. Unless you know the numbers, how can you make a wise financial decision, right? That's what I've noticed too over the last few years. A lot of people were making emotional decisions, even with buying properties, rentals, things like that. And now it's coming back to bite quite a few people. What are your go-to principles or tools when it comes to building wealth outside of your business?
So tools I
I
would
think
use and principles would be looking into it as much as possible. The tools would be the accounting team. The internet for sure would be my best way to look into what I need for it. And then just if it's going to be even, I sometimes do a lot of the work myself for investments and stuff like that too. If I'm even doing the construction personally or stuff like that. So I've had to pull that, and even just reading. I do read a lot of books as much as possible. Usually, at least reading a couple chapters a night on just everything, on investments, onto business, onto management, everything that you kind of needed to know that I didn't take in the schooling aspect that I now try to tell self-taught and learn from. And another tool also I'm getting is it's from others. Joining groups, CEO groups, and business groups also is another tool that I use often for helping me guide the right direction.
definitely, yeah. Like the books and even just having those conversations with other people that are in the same boat. Like you said earlier in one of the questions, that people with the same mindset can really help kind of level up your game and help each other get to the next level, right?
Yes. And sometimes it just helps with just someone from the outside that's in a kind of same scenario or have already resolved that kind of problem. Having their input really can change something drastic and quick, and it makes a big difference for sure from a team.
Different perspective, new context, and yeah, for sure. So, what's one message or invitation that you'd like to share with the audience today? Are you taking on new clients, hosting an event, hiring, things like that? Any message?
So we're always hiring. We hire often, at least sometimes daily, weekly, and monthly. We're looking for all aspects of the trades from HVAC, plumbing, every day. We're looking to just expand. Our goal is actually to be across Canada within 10 years and across the province within the 3 to 5 year term.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. It's good to have these big goals and, to make them happen. It's a different level of satisfaction. Do you have any special offers or promotions or anything or upcoming projects that you'd like to promote?
No, but we are intending to eventually, we're hoping to offer memberships to the service customers just so we can always provide the best service for them. I see a lot of other companies are offering at kind of a high rate again, as we were saying before, for those memberships. So we kind of want to help customers who need that membership service but don't want to pay that expensive membership fee. So we want to be able to help those too, but we want to be able to offer service as quick as possible and do that. So it is a route we are looking into, but we don't know an inspection date on that or the turnaround that we're going to fully build that because it takes a lot of research for that.
Yeah, just to get the right pricing, because at the end of the day, it is a business. Nice. And what's the best way for people to stay in touch or to explore your work or even learn a little bit more about what you do?
Yeah, so we have our Facebook and Instagram. We post on daily with construction sites and service jobs. We have some pretty large projects on the go that are great to see the machinery we use and the team really pushing through a lot of tough scenarios on sites and stuff. We also have Google. You can look us up anytime. Our website's great. It's being updated and changed daily. And also you can just call us anytime on our local line and someone in the team will happily answer and call and answer any of your questions you may have.
That's a wrap for this session on tactical cash flow mastery. If you picked up a golden nugget or two, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review, and it'll help us bring even more powerful voices to the table. Want to be a featured guest or have a question? Head to my Instagram profile and send me a quick message. Until next time, keep your strategy sharp, your cash flowing, and your mindset locked on wealth.